We're also going to be watching out for some frequent macroeconomic data that is going to be released today. That is the IIP and CPI for the months of October and November. Poonam Saney is joining in with a preview. Poonam.
Well, honestly, it would be all eyes on the CPI today, given the backdrop that we are now also seeing in terms of inflation and the new RBI governor. Firstly, just in terms of the CPI, it's likely to be below 3% mark for this month, primarily on account of lower food inflation. Core CPI, if you do recall, did remain fairly sticky and did rise during the last month, and probably during this month also the overall trends in terms of the core CPI would be keenly watched out for, especially from the inflation point of view. It would be the view of the new RBI governor now, which would be very crucial, because the CPI right now is largely dominated by the food inflation. Nearly around over 45% itself is the weightage in terms of the food inflation. Would that weightage in the CPI be changed? Would the focus be also slightly in terms of understanding the core inflation dynamics? That kind of view from the new RBI governor would be keenly watched out for. So far, market participants are expecting that the new RBI governor would be slightly neutral to dovish in terms of the monetary policy rates. Speaking about the IIP, this time we should be seeing some amount of uptrend in terms of the IIP. Look at the lead indicators, be it the vehicle production data, core sector data, manufacturing PMI. All this data has picked up for the month of October, and probably we may see a similar trend. It is also some amount of effect coming on account of the festive season. So during this month, the IIP is going to be slightly quite better, I would say, versus the last month. But the overall trend in terms of the IIP has been slightly in terms of moderation. Again, the new governor policies would be fairly important in order to understand the dynamics on the growth. And of course, rural spending would be one important factor to be watched out for post the state election outcome.